Fire it in here, Peanut. Hey everybody, Jefferson Webster here. Last time we talked about the 1989 Billy Ripken Fleer card, one of the most infamous baseball cards of all time. And now I'm going to tell you about a lesser known card that's equally funny in its own right. The year is 1988, and Keith Comstock is a 32-year-old journeyman who played the majority of his career in the minor leagues. However, he did have a taste of the show for 6 seasons in his 16-year baseball career. Until 1988, Keith had never had his own baseball card. Topps produced his first baseball card during his stint with the San Diego Padres. The card was a big accomplishment for Keith as he sent the card to his mother for proof that he was a real Major League Baseball player. To the common card collector, the card was nothing special. However, it did have an air. The color of Padres was a bit off, so there was some increased attention related to that. However, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Later in that season, Keith was demoted to the AAA affiliate in Las Vegas. He once again was presented with an opportunity to have a baseball card produced as a photographer showed up to create the team set. Keith, 32 at the time, was simply hoping to hold on to the game, similar to Crash Davis's character in the movie Bull Durham. Therefore, at this point in his career, Keith had several minor league cards of himself, and these were not things he looked forward to. Each card was a constant reminder of how he was not in the show. So when the photographer showed up for the 89 Pro Card set, he decided to shake things up a little bit. Keith tried to rally the team to be defiant and sabotage their own minor league cards. However, one by one, the photographer was on it. Whether it was a backwards cap or a right-handed batter holding the bat left-handed, he was catching every single thing. When it was Keith's turn to get his photograph, he was asked what he'd like to do. And Keith candidly told the photographer, and I quote, "I want it to look like a comebacker hit me in the nuts." The photographer did not comply. As a veteran of the club and a guy that had made the show, a lot of the minor leaguers on the team looked up to Keith. And the team was loaded with talent at the time. You had Alomar, Cora, and a lot of other players that went on to have long careers in the major leagues. When the team got wind of what Keith was trying to do, they only threw fuel onto the fire, encouraging him to continue. For whatever reason, the photographer decided to save all of these MLB prospects for last. So the idea was pitched that they should refuse to get their picture taken until Keith's demands were met. Without hesitation, all of the future major leaguers refused to sign their contracts for baseball cards unless Keith Comstock got his picture. As the plan fell into place, Keith grabbed some baseball tape and tried to apply it to his groin. It wouldn't stick. Next, Keith grabbed some super glue and some old baseball pants. Gluing the ball to his pants, he inadvertently glued his hand to his groin. Next, he grabbed a tongue depressor to pry off his hand from his groin. Sensing that the superglue wouldn't hold the ball very long, he hurried to the photographer to get the picture taken. He felt the ball start to fall off of his groin and he repeatedly yelled at the photographer, "Take the picture." He closed his eyes and threw his hands up, and what resulted was the Pro Cards, Keith Comstock, comebacker in the nuts. That year the team went to the minor league postseason and Keith completely forgot about the baseball card. When the team set arrived, the clubhouse erupted with laughter. And the card company even got into the act, taking it in stride, sending Keith an 8x10 blown up picture of the card, which he proudly displays in his home today. Today Keith Comstock and Billy Ripken are not household names. However, their delightful shenanigans will live on, hopefully influencing a new generation of troublemakers, putting smiles on clubhouse faces. Alright Peanut, let's go play some catch. Fire it in your Peanut.